Good morning and welcome to Fundamentals of Networking for the spring 2024. Just a brief message. I wanted to get in touch with you guys. Number one, to let you know that the materials for the class are now visible, or at least they should be. If they're not visible, then go ahead and send a help request to the Canvas help desk. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. But if you can't see the class, you need to contact the Canvas help desk, which incidentally is me, and I can help you with that. So you'll click on the help menu in Canvas and I'll show you where that's at. Also, I wanted to show you how to access your book, just to make sure that you are able to access it. It's important, especially in this class. A lot of this material is going to be self-taught. Basically, you're going to be reading the material and then I'll go over it as needed. Pretty much the only lecturing I will do will be on video, as this is a hybrid class. We're going to spend our time in lab on doing labs, doing the hands-on tasks. That's the main focus. But if you need help, then I'll be available to help you. Right now, let's go ahead and figure out how to do a help request in Canvas and also how to access our book. So let's go ahead and go to the desktop. This is the class, as you can see, AO1HY. The HY stands for hybrid. That means half internet and half in person. Fundamentals Networking Technology Spring 2024. You should be able to see that. If not, if you open up your dashboard and you don't have a class here that says that, if your class is not visible, then you need to contact the help desk and ask for help and put in a trouble ticket. And the way that you do that, down here in the global navigation menu, there's a question mark. It says help. Click on that. Report a problem. Click on that. Fill out the information, say can't see my class, give the class number, and say Mr. White said to do this, and then how's it affecting you? Need some help, it's urgent, can't see it, extreme critical emergency, because if you can't see the class, you can't get the work done. So we don't want you wasting your time and money. You need to have all the time available to get this stuff done. So fill out those three things. Give as much detail as you can. Let me give you a little advice on doing help requests. Put in more detail. I am particularly sensitive to this because I see it every day, because as the help Canvas administrator for Grayson College, that's my other hat that I wear, it's frustrating when I get something that has no name, has no identification, so I don't know who sent it. It just says can't see class or class don't work. Please don't put anything like that. Give details. Let me know exactly what the problem is, and that will speed up the help response a lot. So that's how to turn in a help request. Remember, the gray navigation menu is the global navigation menu at the bottom. It says help. So what you should see is a block that looks just like this: AOH1 Fundamental Networking Technology Spring 2024. ITNW 1325 AO1HY. That is this class, Spring 24 semester. You'll click on that. To access your book, this course is designed, as all Grayson courses are, around modules. So you'll click on the modules, or you can click this button here. The book is the Brightwave course material. Right now there are two. I don't know why. Click on the top one that says Brightwave course materials. You'll click there. Brightwave course materials load in a new window. Load it in a new window so that you can continue to work in Canvas and click back and forth between the tabs. And when that finally loads up, of course the internet in my office is a little slow, it should say Brightwave Red Shelf. And then there's your book, CompTIA Network Plus. This class is designed to prepare you for the CompTIA Network Plus exam. So you'll click that. And then down here at the bottom it should say Read Now. If you have opted out of the Cengage process, then you'll have to pay for this book. It'll ask you to put in your credit card to pay for the book. If you feel like you have opted in and are still being asked to pay for the book, or some other issue like that, get in contact with the Canvas Help Desk also. One other thing, if it's the first time you're accessing the Cengage system, you will need to establish an account before you do this. It doesn't cost anything, but you will need to go through, give them your name and also your email address. And we'll create a password, and then after that it will let you in. But if this is the first time, you may have to establish an account. Anyway, once you're in, you navigate through the book with these two buttons down here, or you can pick a chapter by mousing over it, or however you choose to do that. You can go through the modules. Each of these dots on the timeline down here is a module. So now, important thing to know, you need to read the material. Every one of these assignments in the book has a reading or every section has a reading assignment. Let's put it that way. You need to read the material. I'm not gonna go through it with you. My lectures are going to be basically going through the notes and hitting the high points. Most of those will be video recorded, and they will be brief. It is your responsibility to read the material. That way, when you come into class, you'll be prepared for the hands-on part. And because that's our main focus. You can learn all there is to learn in this class doing, for the most part, the hands-on. What you're reading the material for is to prepare you for the test. The skills in this class aren't that complicated, but you need to know them. You need to know how to install Windows and how to set it up the right way. You need to know how to join a computer to a domain. You need to know how to set up a Wi-Fi wireless hotspot, or you need to know how to set up a router and set up the firewall, things like that. You need to know those things, and we're going to do those things in class manually. That's where you're going to learn that. But on the other hand, there's a lot of material that you need to know for the test if you plan to move forward in the field of IT, network security, or network technicianness. You need to get that material from the book in order to pass the test to get the certification, because that is the key, particularly for someone who doesn't have a lot of experience. The key to getting a job is certifications. If you and someone else are applying for the same job, the one that has the certification will generally get the job, particularly if neither one of you have any experience. On entry-level jobs, it's all about certification. So this class will not give you everything you need for Network Plus, but it will give you the things that you need in the class. Those are things you're going to need for the test. So read the material. Can't stress that enough. Beyond that, you shouldn't have any problem. I'm not going to go through this. I will talk a lot the first class period. Our first class, as it looks like right now, is going to be next Monday, the 22nd. That's when we'll all meet together in the Advanced Technology Building, room 108. That's where our class is held. If you need help finding that, get in touch with me. I can draw you a map. But the 22nd, starting at 6, don't be late. We'll come in, we'll take roll, and at that point, then we're going to start our first lab, which I advise you to go look at now. The lab documents, all the things that you need to conduct the lab, are in the Canvas pages. So go look at that material now, and you will be that much further along down the road. As we've said, or as I've said before, I don't believe in keeping you just for the purpose of keeping you in class. Class goes from 6 to 9:30. That's a very long time. Some of the classes you will not need nearly that much time. Some of the labs are over quick. You'll be home by 8 o'clock or 7:30. The first one is going to be a long one because I'm going to talk a lot. This will probably be the most you hear me speak for the entire year, because I have to go through all the boilerplate, all the requirements, how to navigate Canvas, things like that. So I will be going through those things, and we'll talk and get to know each other a little bit better. But in the meantime, I would start looking over the material. It's available to you. It should have been after 11 o'clock last night. That's another interesting thing to know. Let me show you something real quickly here for your further education here at Grayson. You're taking a class at Grayson, and it starts on the 15th. You'll notice it starts on the 15th, right? At 11 p.m. I don't know how many requests I got yesterday. I can't see my class. It was supposed to start today, and they're asking at 9 in the morning. 11 p.m. on the day that it starts. So that's when the class material becomes visible. This is by default. Teachers don't usually have anything to do with this. Also, students are restricted from viewing the course before the start date and after the start date. That is the way it is. Now, if you have a reason to view the course material before or after the start date, come see me. We can modify this. But otherwise, that's when all classes going forward, just so you know, any class in Grayson Canvas, or I guess in Grayson period, that starts on a day, the default time for Canvas material to be viewable is 11 at night. So the day it starts, 11 o'clock at night. Now, if your class starts at 8 o'clock in the morning on the day it starts, then the instructor will probably set this differently. They have the power to do that. For the most part, they don't, because usually most classes don't actually meet until the day after. So I hope that makes sense. That's about it as far as getting ready for class. I look forward to seeing you guys on Monday night. Don't forget, 6 o'clock is when class starts. And once you get there, that first class will be going over how to install Windows. We'll be installing Windows in our own computers, in your own computer that you're going to use for the rest of the year. It's a progressive thing. So you're going to add Windows, and then you're going to add things to Windows over the course of the class. So you need to get it done right. That's why I spend more time on the lab. It's also good for you because there's really no way you can fail a lab assignment, because we're going to work at it until you get it done. If that takes till 9:30 that night, that's what it does. So you come in, get your stuff done, you're done. But if you need help, I'm going to be there till we get you to where you understand it. Same thing with the quizzes, especially the chapter quizzes. You absolutely need to take those more than once. Number one, because you can get a better grade that way. These class quizzes are designed to be taken as many times as you want. Don't settle for an 80. Your goal in college is not only to pass the class, but to make A's. People look at transcripts, and if you're going for the same job as someone else, you've got a 82, you've got a 2.8, which is passing. That's lovely. But then someone comes along with a 3.8 or a 4.0, you're going to get the position. So it's important. It's important that you take care of your grade point average. So this class is designed for you to do that if you will put in the work. All right, that's all I got. Have a good day, and I will see you guys on Monday night.